No, who does?
It's hard
No
to
one
say.
does.
It is.
But, you know, we wanted to go out on a positive note, a great note. So we're really excited to show off the Ring City. It's going to be a really expansive DLC pack. You know, we got brand new weapons, brand new areas, brand new bosses, brand new enemies, brand new PvP arenas. You know, we wanted to make sure we're providing content for both the fans of the PvE as well as the PvP. So Nick's jumping in here
Literally.
in the Dreg Heap. Yeah, he's actually jumping in. So as you'll notice, one thing you'll notice right off the bat is in the Ring City, gravity works a little differently.
Yeah, well,
I was going to say, he took those jumps without hesitation. Normally, I'm
no
like, oh my god.
I'm falling in some ash
Yeah,
here.
so there's
A pile of
ash. Yeah, so
So you fell into a big ash hole.
yeah.
yeah.
Say that.
So once Nick kind of takes on these monsters, these are interesting creatures. They can grab you and kind of pull you down.
They can take away all your health instantaneously, apparently.
Yeah, Nick's really nervous. Uh-oh, Nick. Uh-oh, Nick.
Oh, this is not good.
No pressure, no pressure, no pressure, no pressure.
So this enemy here is kind of a caster enemy. So they sit out off the sides and kind of you know, shoot you with different kind of ranged attacks, while the other little creatures kind of swarm you. And then we got this big beast here.
Oh, you're done, son.
So fans of the series will see, obviously, this is you know, a nod to some of the giants from the Dark Souls series.
Oh, yeah.
He has a really interesting moveset. He can be a bit to handle, especially if he's around other enemies.
Oh, it looks like he's using like the saw blade or whatever. It's like it's a Bloodborne weapon.
I don't know what you're talking
mean
about.
No, I
Dark
don't either.
Souls
Right.
weapon.
No,
It's a Dark Souls weapon.
But he's using that.
Oh,
His
yeah, I know you're. Oh, then when they slams you down,
Oh,
yeah, he does
yep.
kind of do that kind of
Oh.
attack.
Oh.
Oh, nice move,
There
Nick.
you go.
Impressive
In the
move.
face.
Pretty.
It's like you knew that you could do that.
Because I didn't.
Now you do. Oh,
Oh, he was like, you thought you had me, but now I'm really pissed.
But that's the difference between having like that's always been Dark Souls. It's the difference between having a numbers that pop up or just a life bar.
Yeah.
Because you're like, oh, that dude's dead. Nope, sliver.
No, I
dead.
know, yeah.
Got you.
And any Souls fan knows that the sliver is the most dangerous section because you're like, oh, I'm good. You turn around, you walk away. Nope.
Nope, dead.
Ganked
The
in the back.
most deaths
Ganked in the back.
I ever have on Dark Souls are bosses with slivers left.
Yeah, exactly.
Because of the greed.
Yeah, we were talking about it earlier, you know. The one thing you got to watch for in Souls is the greed, man.
Yep.
That preemptive celebration.
Yeah,
Yes!
right when you think you have it. Yeah, you put the
Done.
controller down, you turn around, and you look back, and it says you died.
Like that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just like,
there it is.
Oh, first
Our
death.
timing.
favorite
First death.
green.
Death.
Good timing, Nick.
First death.
All right. We just wanted to show everyone out there that the game is still hard.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and also, you know, as you can see, this content is difficult. It's the second DLC, so the team from Software obviously wanted to make sure that we had something that was for players that had both beat the base game and also the Ashes of Arendelle DLC 1. So, you know, and obviously this is the final DLC, so we wanted to send it off with a good challenge. You know,
I hope so, yeah.
I manage the Souls community, and let me tell you, a lot of these guys still think the game's way too easy. So hopefully we can throw through a few surprises their way.
Yeah, and that's like I've said this many, many times over many different Souls games. Just because you're having a frustrating time, just because you're beating your head against the same boss over and over again, does not mean that you're not having fun. That is why we play these games.
Yeah, oh, definitely. That's, you know, you got to keep coming back. It's about the repetition. Oh, there you go. You got Dreg.
Oh, got him.
Sneaky mother effer.
So if you notice that big drop section there, as I mentioned earlier, the gravity works a little differently in the Ring City. So sometimes there are moments where you have to take leaps of faith. That enemy is great too. He's kind of this smaller enemy, but he kind of charges up and then he leaps at you as kind of a big
Blob of death.
Blob of death. There we go. That's great.
So for those lore meisters out there, where does this take place in the story, or where does it take place in the land or the lore?
You know, we're trying to not focus on that too much right now.
Sounds good.
We want
enough.
the fans to go in fresh. But obviously, I think you can kind of see some allusions to Lothric and to some of the other you know, Souls kind of staples. So, but where you enter and where it kind of plays in, we want to kind of save that. And once Nick's not totally just getting
You
blasted.
gotta watch out for them angel lasers, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
in the office we call that the laser butterfly. We're not exactly sure what the technical term is, but
I thought it was
that thing
Archangel from X-Men. You guys just were announcing a crossover right here on the stream.
Next time.
Oh, this couldn't be deadly at all.
So Nick went an interesting approach here. He went right at them both.
Yep.
So wait, did he
ballsy?
Did he just summon a buddy?
No. He's using another power up. Yeah, but this is a tough battle. As you can see, if you get them both at the same time, you can kind of get in that pincer situation, and you can go down quick.
Oh yeah.
But now that we're moving back, maybe Nick can show you the environment a little bit, and kind of this area is called the Dreg Heap, and the Ashen one's kind of moving down towards the Ring City. There you go, the Dreg Heap. But as you can see, if once you kind of get out to a vantage point, it's almost like the whole world is kind of collapsing in on itself.
Yeah.
So it's a really interesting
Very
environment.
Inception.
Yeah, it does have an Inception vibe a little bit. Yeah, so. You know, one thing with the Souls games, I think most fans will agree that it's really about that exploration and kind of venturing into the new areas for the first time. So with the Ring City, we really wanted to make sure that every turn, every new environment is fresh and interesting for the old fans.
Well, that's one of the things that has always kept me coming back to the Dark Souls series, or the Souls series period, is that the environments. It seems like somebody painstakingly put everything together, and everything has to fit, whether you realize it or know it. Everything looks like it's supposed to be there.
Definitely. Yeah, that's one thing I've always loved about the series myself. It's just the amount of detail that's in every area. Yeah, as you said, like everything seems placed perfectly. Everything seems lived in. It's got a lot of weight to it.
Yes.
Nothing just seems willy-nilly placed anywhere. A lot of people, a lot of talented artists and members from Software all work together to make sure that everything seems cohesive. You know, everything just feels fleshed out.
Yep. Angel lasers.
And here come the lasers.
Here come the lasers.
Oh, and she's screaming too.
Oh yeah.
I'm just saying she. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to assume gender.
I mean,
you know,
it is
one thing in Souls too is the sound design. We really want to make sure that there's that really menacing kind of creepy kind of eerie vibe, and the sound design has always really helped accentuate that.
The ankle biters, those ankle shots.
So this this demo build, you know, we gave the characters, so because this is the build that we're also demoing here on the floor, and we've also been showing to the press. So you know, he has a longsword, the shield, both +10, as well as the Z-hander, two-handed weapon.
The Z-hander?
Yeah.
The Zweihander?
Zweihander, yeah.
Zweihander.
So maybe, I don't know, maybe Nick should switch over.
Check that one out, sure.
Let's check out some of those useful weapons there.
But we wanted to give some variety to the players as well. Here, you know, when they demo, so they don't have to only rely on the longsword and the shield.
Right. No, like that's another thing. Like I could go on for days about what things I love about it. Whenever I play these, magic. I'm fully like
you go magic.
pyro, dark, miracles.
Oh, interesting.
I'm a magic player.
See, I'm the opposite guy. I like the big. I'm all about the big weapons. I like
I'm all swords.
You got all sorts?
Yeah.
See, I like the magic. I've done a few magic builds, but I always just keep going back towards the bigger weapons. I like to just destroy things with the weapons.
It harkens back to the days of first playing role-playing games, Dungeons & Dragons, stuff like that. Like I always rolled up a mage. Always rolled up someone who could like throw a fireball or something like that. Because that's how I roll.
Yeah.
And I get shit all the time for being a coward or being like, you know, that stuff. Like, there's nothing comes easy in this game.
You're the guy in PvP that's just like hanging back and just keeps throwing the fireballs.
Yeah, but I'm DPS. You need DPS.
Yeah. You can't get your DPS. Yeah.
But that's the thing. Like, if you get into like a closed space like this, you're screwed because you have to take time to cast the spells and stuff like that. You have to be able to dodge, calculate time to cast, and all that kind of stuff.
So this, I think Nick's got a better chance here because he did aggro one of the enemies here, which gives him a better chance.
Oh, Nick!
I don't know about
that. Get that drink, son! Drink that juice!
Pour one out for the homies.
That sunlight juice!
Praise the sun!
So one thing you got to worry about in this area, though, is if you do kind of pull him this way, you're also getting right back into the laser beam.
Yeah, the laser beams. Now, you can backstab this guy, right?
Yeah, you can.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, but he just,
You know, trying.
in theory,
He gave you the shield bop.
yeah, in theory, yes, you could backstab this guy.
There you go.
This is your chance.
Does he want?
There you go. Get up on him. There it is.
There we go.
So, you know, as we're talking about kind of how this DLC is going to offer both PvP and PvP elements for the fans, we are also going to be hosting a live stream from the Bandai Namco offices next week.
Right on.
Wednesday at 4 p.m. PST. So that's 1 p.m. here on the East Coast. We're bringing in some influencers, some Twitch streamers, some guys that have kind of you know, made a name for themselves.
Drop names, man. I know these guys.
Fighting Cowboy,
Okay.
Peeve,
Peeve Peeberson, you bet.
yeah, Dreaded Cone.
Dreaded Cone, yep.
Yeah, Mr. Odd. Yeah, so a lot of great guys.
Dude,
a lot of great
that's
guys. They're going to come into the office. We're going to show them some of the new PvP feature arenas as well as the weapons, and then we're going to do kind of an influencer fight club on the stream. So we'll see kind of who can be victorious, and then we'll also have a chance to show you know, some of the single player as well.
And that's twitch.tv slash
Bandai Namco.
Bandai Namco.
Yeah.
All right, and one more time for that.
It's 4 p.m. PST on Wednesday of next week, so
4 p.m.
1 p.m. Eastern time.
Okay, 4 p.m.
For all
Pacific. You betcha.
we are on the East Coast, so you know we got to cater to the East Coast
Absolutely.
fans as well. So Nick is making some progress here.
Yes.
He made it past.
I was hoping he would just shoot an arrow into the angel demon.
We took a care of
See, there you go.
Oh.
See,
Yep.
so that enemy's cool. He kind of becomes like energy, and shoots himself at you. So it's a really high damage attack, and it's a nice variety. Enemies.
Well, I don't know, but that might be the first time I've seen someone like use the environment to hide. Like dip under the ash is what it looked like.
That's true. Yeah, I think so.
Nick's busting out all the strats.
There we go. Got him.
There we go.
That's how it's done.
There. Oh, geez.
Okay, so now we got a Big Daddy here.
Nowhere for me to go up on this one, so.
Don't be scared. Take him head on.
Head on.
He's just trying to get ahead in the world.
Yeah.
I thought you were doing that with take him head on. I thought you were doing it. Watch out! Oh!
So yeah, the big guys they have a really varied moveset. You know, they're not like a mini boss, but they are a bigger enemy and they do take more hits. So.
Oh yeah, no, that's something we've definitely gotten used to, like going up against like quote unquote trash mobs, and then going up against the generals.
Yeah, exactly.
Of the you know, the army of
so
baddies.
in that area in particular, you know, you can get in a bad situation because if you roll too forward and aggro that guy, then you got the whole little mob guys, you got the caster guys, and then you got the big guy behind you. So it's miserable.
It is. It's totally. It's like I can't tell you how many times.
Miserable is a word that we use in Dark Souls to describe the best feeling. You know, that's when you're like, oh man, this is so hard. This is miserable. I'm loving it.
No, and that's what creates a lot of the Souls audience is, if I may use another term, that Schadenfreude, that desire and willingness and happiness you take from seeing other people struggle.
Yeah.
Like, I struggle with this part. I'm loving watching you struggle.
Yeah, exactly.
But then they crush it, and you're just like, next streamer.
Yeah.
Screw this guy.
No, I find myself, like, the most I lurk on Twitch is when I'm watching Dark Souls speedrunners. Because I'm just sitting back there eating popcorn. I'm just like, how in the hell?
So Nick's showing off one of the new items here. It's the Aquamarine Dagger. You actually pick it up here. But he ran up and got it. He beat him earlier though, so we're gonna give him a pass.
Okay.
But yeah, it's an interesting weapon. Yeah, it's got this kind of
like extendo ability.
Yeah, you can change it.
It's like the Sword of Omen, bro.
Yeah. So it's a really cool weapon. Kind of plays two different roles.
Yeah, so it starts off as a dagger, and then you can use your skill to turn into a short sword.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Now it looks like you don't have the skill set for this.
No, I'm not equipped to use it properly.
What's the scaling with this one? Is it Dex or is it?
We're not really talking about that.
Oh!
We'll find out.
Man, I just keep stepping in the minefield, man.
Here we go.
Nick's like, oh, we can't talk about that. Let's get the Z100
But-
No,
out.
that's a fully valid answer.
yeah,
saying
yeah.
I don't want to or I can't talk about
Yeah.
that. That's fine.
You know,
it doesn't
as-
bother me at all.
And as we mentioned earlier, you know, there's a lot of love for just having that first playthrough of Dark Souls. You know, people don't want it spoiled.
Oh,
People don't want
yeah.
to see too much. So we want to show a taste. We want to give a taste of the Ring City, but we know we really can't wait for the fans to get their hands on it on March 28th and really dive in and explore all the way through the labyrinthian kind of layout of
No, I know.
Ring City.
I know people that go like media dark when like this
Yeah,
is
yeah,
about to come
exactly.
out, so they can be surprised. I'm one of them. I don't want to see like this is perfectly enough. All right, so
Cool.
we got.
Okay, so here we are. This is an interesting kind of lead in. Sorry to cut you off there. by
No,
the way.
that's right. All right.
Here's an interesting lead into this
Don't do
boss.
it.
No.
So you got to take that leap of faith, drop down into the lair, and get ready to take on
I don't know what
Not-
kind of boots you have equipped.
not
These
one,
guys.
but two demons. So you have to fight the
Oh.
demon in pain and the demon from below at the same time here. It's a pretty interesting dynamic. So my strategy is usually try to keep them within your field of view.
Yeah.
Because if one of them's behind you, you don't really know what he's doing, and
Yeah.
they can traverse a large distance very quickly. So you have to be careful with that. But they also have some ranged attacks as well. So you have to really keep an eye on it. You know,
yeah. No thanks.
These are seriously. These are the most frustrating bosses in all Souls. The ones that you have to face two things at once.
yeah.
Like still to this day, the hardest boss I ever faced were the two tigers in 2.
Yeah. Or the gargoyles. People always talk about
Yeah.
the gargoyles.
Up on
Yeah.
the roof?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I think everyone's broken a few controllers on those guys.
I think that's probably one of the first skill walls in that game.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Okay.
Back to our earlier question. What's some of your favorites from the third?
Favorite from the third. I like the old. Is it the old king?
Oh.
Because you get the Storm Slayer.
The Lost Knight. I'm sorry.
Yorm the Giant?
Yeah, Yorm the Giant.
Yorm
Yeah,
the Giant, yeah.
Because you get the the power weapon, and you're like,
yeah.
oh man,
Oh,
it did.
yeah. With the wind weapon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
So you cheesed them a little bit.
Totally I did. Totally I did.
Now, if you're a true Souls aficionado, you got to go back and do it without that weapon.
I know. I've seen people try it.
It's super easy for them. But when I try, it's the most miserable experience I've had in games.
So here we go. Nick's trying his best to chip away at the two demons here. He's doing a pretty
here
good
we
job.
go, yeah.
As I said, he's trying to keep him in this field of view. Right when I jinxed him right there. Right
You
when
know,
I said
absolutely,
that.
man.
Right when I
He's
said
actually
that.
doing a phenomenal.
Yeah.
A little bit more aggressive than I've played as them against them before.
Ow.
Yeah.
Well, there.